Welcome back. Now, joining us on the show is the Head Wealth Management Division, Investment One Group, Chinwe Iwobi. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and Investment One supported our Children's Day shoot. For those of us who watched the shoot, there were a couple of kids that we put together to host the show, and they did amazing. And we're told that Investment One was behind the bankroller of the thank you so much for that. So let's talk about Investment One Financial Services. What kind of services do you offer?
Okay, so just as the name pretty much says, financial services. So we have a pool of different options that we offer. Wealth management, stockbroking services, trust and family office services, structured finance, financial advisory. So there's so many options, which is what makes Investment One very interesting, because it's a one-stop shop. So you come in for one thing and then you realize that there's so many options that you can take advantage of. And because you're discussing with people that are very knowledgeable in the market, they're able to also advise you on options that you don't even realize that you need. So that's one of the things that we pride ourselves in.
Investment One, yeah.
Okay, you work in Investment One as head of wealth management.
Yes.
What is wealth management? What does it entail?
Okay, so wealth management to us at Investment One is just pulling together our customers' needs, financial needs, and helping them to achieve it. What that means for us is we protect our clients' funds. We propose opportunities in the markets that they can take advantage of, and we help them to attain financial freedom from generation to generation. So what we try to do is not just stop at the first generation and managing their wealth. We also try to make sure that there are so many benefits to the generations to come, even giving financial education to their kids and just different things that will just help our customers and our clients to feel like Investment One is a part of their financial growth.
So I wanted to ask about, we're always considering if you want to do an investment, it has to be above the inflation rate, or because it wouldn't make sense. By the time your money comes out, the profit is not profiting. So can you tell us what the current inflation rate is and what kind of investment you would advise somebody looking at the market right now?
Okay, so the current inflation rate is about 33.6 and it's extremely high. The truth is, it's easy for people to tell you, I'm going to give you an investment that's going to surpass inflation, but it's hard. It's really hard because everybody is trying to make sure that your investment is secure and also giving you the best yields that are attainable in the market. One of the things we always tell people is high risk, high reward. Low risk, low reward. So you really need to decide what you are willing to accept as your risk-reward situation. But what I would say is there are investments that give you as high as 21, 22, 23, 24% at this time, and you can take advantage of those. If you're also looking to take risks, like I've said, you can take stock positions. People make 10% in 2 days, 20% in 2 days, and these are real figures. So you need to just educate yourself and also seek the advice of a financial advisor. At the end of the day, you can't think of everything and come to a conclusion without seeking advice from external parties. Once you do that, people like Investment One will give you the support that you require and then will help you with the options.
Okay, so is there a minimum or a maximum amount that can be invested?
No, so you can start with 1,000 naira if you're doing stocks, and then you go as high as whatever amount. I mean, if you have 1 trillion, we'll collect it for you. Yes, but no, there's no minimum amount. You can start with 1,000. We go into the stock market, take positions, and you see your wealth growing.
Yeah. So what recommendations would you give to people who want to do investments in terms of duration? So some people want to put their money where they can easily take it out when they need to. Others want to have like a long-term, investments where the money is just there breathing and increasing. So if I ask you, what would you suggest?
Okay, so what I always tell people is, first of all, I need to know your goals. You need to let me know your goals, and then those goals are the things that will determine how long or how short I would make recommendations for you. There are short-term investments, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. there are medium-term investments, and there are long-term investments as well. There are investments that span up to 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, if you're looking for those kind of investments. But it has to also match your financial goals. You can't have a mismatch of your investments and say, oh, I want to buy a house in 10 years' time, and then you're doing an investment that is a 20-year investment, or I want to pay school fees in September, and you're doing a 1-year investment with that money. So you also need to set your goals, and then once you've done that, we can now make recommendations on the timelines to slot for those investments.
Yeah. So with all this, because as a lawyer, I get all the people coming out. I need to sue one company. They told me return on investment is something percent. I have not seen one couple. They've been, what would you advise somebody trying to get financial independence? So how would you advise them to start out?
Okay, so I would say, first of all, we need to be careful. I know that the average Nigerian is very susceptible to Ponzi schemes. I mean, we all remember when there was MMM, it was the rave.
Still different.
They are tapping right now.
Exactly.
Operating on that.
Yes, and then now there's so many Ponzi schemes, especially because things are really tough and the inflation rate is really high. But what I would say is you need to make sure that whatever company or whatever investment option you're looking at is regulated by the SEC or regulated by CBN. You need to make sure that it's regulated so that you're protected to a good extent. You also don't want a situation where people offer you 50%. You need to be realistic as well. Like I said, inflation is at 33.6. So you might see people come and say, inflation is at 33.6, I'm going to offer you 50%. 50% is an unrealistic investment. However, it is possible to get that. It is possible to get that depending on the sort of investment that you're looking at. So I would say, just like I've said, set your financial goals first. Then you can start small, 1,000 here, 2,000, 5,000, 1 million. It just depends on your own cash flow as well. You need to set that aside and then decide, okay, what sort of investors am I comfortable with? Am I comfortable with doing fixed deposits? Am I comfortable with doing mutual funds? Am I comfortable with doing stocks? Am I comfortable with doing government instruments? So it just depends on what you're comfortable with.
And you guys can handle all of these?
We can handle everything. So it's important, again, to note that when you want to take those financial decisions, you need to get the advice of someone that works in the financial industry. So you look for an asset management firm like Investment One, and what we'll do for you is we ask a lot of questions, and then when we ask you those questions, we can draw a plan for you. So you don't have to start with so much money. You can start small, and then we help you grow your wealth.
Okay, so I sort of have questions concerning, I want to know how people can reach out to you, but besides that, I want to know the duration of the investment, because we're always concerned that is there a timeline? Are there different investments with different timelines? Can you break down the timelines available?
Okay, so there are timelines. So we have investments in Investment One. I'm just going to use us as an example. For Investment One, we have investments that span up to 5 years. We have 3-year investments. We have 2-year investments, 1 year.
Monthly?
Monthly, yes. We have investments that are 30 days. We even have investments that are structured in a way that they're actually 1-year investments, but the interests are paid every month or every quarter, biannually, whatever you're comfortable with, so that your cash flow is guaranteed. You don't need to start calculating. Once you invest your money, you're sure that, okay, at the end of the month, I'm going to get this money and I can use it to sort out whatever needs I have at that time. So we have different tenors that will cater to different things. Sometimes what we also do is when we speak to a client and find out that, okay, we might not have that product, but we can create a product that will suit the person's.
So you can do an ethical
exactly.
arrangement for someone that, that is guided by what they invest.
Yes, exactly.
Amazing. So any last words? How do they reach you? If someone wants to get in touch with your company to do an investment, your website and all? Yes.
Okay, so if you'd like to reach us at Investment One, please go to www.investment-one.com. And then our phone numbers are 01448 in 5 places. So
yeah,
88. Okay, it's on the screen. Yes. So 01 or 02, and then the number on the screen. Please, our people are always readily available to meet you, to have conversations, And just, to advise, sometimes we have clients or prospects call us and they're not ready at that time, but it doesn't mean that we won't offer.
You will not be pursuing them.
No, we won't chase you away. Please speak to us. There's always somebody that will be willing to help you.
Thank you so much. We've been speaking with the Head Wealth Management Division Investment One Group, Chinwe, it will be, on the sort of investments that you can do with their company. And that's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we move on to our hot topic. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.